Does perfect sandalwood fragrance exist? Let's find out. Hey folks, welcome back to my channel Intellectual Sense. My name is Divjot. Now in today's review, I will be highlighting the house of Maison de Fouzdar. Now this particular house was founded by gorgeous Dimple Fouzdar. And this house is making waves in international fragcom also. Reviewers like Jeremy Fragrance are talking about this particular house. Now recently I visited Santalwood in Delhi, and I was there testing out their new line, and there I got to meet Dimple, and she took me to her whole line, all the fragrances in her line. And the fragrance which I'm going to highlight today is Santal Safran. Now if you guys have followed me on my Instagram or my Fragrantica, you know I absolutely love sandalwood. So let's see how this particular fragrance holds up to the big hitters like Xerjoff Richwood, Santal Blush. So we will start with presentation first. Start with the presentation. Now this particular box has white color with gold embossing of the house logo and the name of the perfume, Santal Safran. Generally this particular house does blue color, but they have deviated slightly here, going with white color. Now on the back also you see the name of the house and extract a perfume. It has got 38% oil concentration. That means 19 ml of the whole fragrance is oil concentration, which is very high. On the side you see some details on ingredients used, the website from where you can buy it, and it's crafted in France. And as soon as you open up the box, and this box is quite heavy box, it's not a flimsy box. The bottle is sitting quite tightly there. Now bottle has got a metal plate with the name of the house and Santal Safran extract de perfume. Back is clear, on the bottom you see some stickers. And the most beautiful part of this particular presentation is the cap, in my opinion. This cap reminds me of Armani Prevail line cap. It's kind of a pebble, very beautiful, and the sprayer is pretty good. I absolutely love the presentation for the price they have given, and I totally enjoyed this particular presentation. It looks very luxurious to me. I will give this 10 out of 10 in presentation. Start with the note breakdown. Let me spray a couple of sprays of it. Now, as soon as you spray the perfume, you smell the saffron, a blast of saffron. The saffron is sweet and sharp, along with sandalwood. Now, at this particular moment, it's projecting heavy. Now, I remember when I was testing this particular perfume, I applied this, and my wife walked into the room where I was testing it, and she said in a very good tone, "What you wearing?" Generally that tone is not so good. She always says, "What you wearing?" Like she does not enjoy those perfume, heavy oud perfume and heavy leather perfume. But here the tone was very nice. Now I told her I am wearing Santal Safran from house of Maison de Fouzdar, and I asked her, "Do you want to smell it?" She said, "I'm able to smell it from 3 feet away." So I was able to make out two things from here, that this particular perfume can get you compliment, and this is a projection monster. In few minutes, saffron goes to the background. It's a bit like a play. The character comes on the play, announces itself, and then moves to the background. And then comes the star of the show, which is sandalwood. Now the sandalwood here is very creamy sandalwood. Now let me take a moment to explain about the world of sandalwood. In whole world, there are about 15 species of sandalwood which are available, and the most coveted species is Indian sandalwood. Its scientific name is Santal album, and then there is Australian sandalwood, which is called Prince of Sandalwood, and its scientific name is Santalum spictum. Now what happened in 1999 was that Australian they came here to India because India was not able to produce a huge amount of sandalwood. They took the Indian species to Australia, and they started growing Indian sandalwood in Australia. The Santalum album species which I'm talking about. And now what has happened is that most of the even Indian sandalwood is coming from Australia. It's called Lal Chandan sandalwood or red sandalwood. Now the Australian species is called white sandalwood. Now, so this particular, I believe they have sourced it from Australia, but it's an Indian sandalwood which they are using because it has got a creamy texture to it. Generally, the Australian sandalwood is more, it's more green on the opening, then it comes into the woody tone. So the sandalwood here is quite creamy, and I enjoyed that particular aspect of it. Now, the interplay between sandalwood and saffron is quite amazing in this particular perfume. The sandalwood goes through different stages, like from creamier then to the earthy woody. The saffron is quite sharp in the opening, then it settles down and it has that richness. And they have used also musk to bind them together. Musk is used here as a fixative, and they have done an excellent job in my opinion. Now, I tested this fragrance one time around 9 p.m. and then I slept and I woke up. Until next day 1 p.m. I was able to smell it. That's close to, I think, about 16 hours you will say. I was able to smell this particular perfume. So this fragrance lasts very well, and the 38% oil concentration which they're talking about is real in my opinion. So this is the note breakdown. What is my overall thought on this particular fragrance? I think this particular fragrance is as close to perfection as any sandalwood fragrance I have ever smelled. Now, generally when I review a fragrance, how my mind works is that I try to find a flaw in the fragrance. And if I'm not able to find a flaw, then I think that fragrance is amazing. Now, look at the presentation of it. This presentation was brilliant in my opinion. In terms of smell, I totally enjoy the interplay between saffron and sandalwood, and the quality of ingredients was very high. Though this was a linear fragrance, linear does not mean bad and complex does not mean good. Actually, linear fragrances are more, I will say, bearable. So in terms of smell also, this was pretty good. In terms of projection and sillage, like I've talked about, this lasted more than 16 hours. The projection, I will say, is huge for a couple of hours, then it settles down pretty well. It's not a monstrous projecting fragrance for whole journey of it. And the sillage is very good also. The compliment factor in this particular fragrance is quite high. You will get compliment on this particular fragrance, and this is very much a unisex fragrance. The only thing which I was concerned about was the price point of it. 50 ml, 9,800 rupees extract the perfume with 38% oil concentration. I believe this is a rightly priced sandalwood fragrance. Now, if you look into Richwood and Santal blush, they go into like 20,000, 50,000 rupees. This does not go into that territory. And it has got a good presentation also. So in my opinion, this is a rightly priced fragrance. So in my opinion, I will highly recommend you to go and try this particular fragrance, especially if you're a sandalwood lover. You can go to any Sentido store and try this particular perfume, or you can go to their website and order a discovery set or a full bottle of it. So guys, this is my review. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Until next time, have a great day. Bye-bye. Cheers.